I like social media. I learn a lot from my news feeds. Today, 45% of Americans say they get their news from Facebook. But I have to wonder, is this censored? Is there information I don't get to see?
PragerU, a totally new concept in education.
Prager University has 3 million followers. The site offers dignified lectures on conservative philosophy.
These are ideas students almost never hear.
One day, Prager saw that some of their videos had been seen by 0 people. 0. Facebook later apologized.
Facebook coming clean about censoring a conservative nonprofit organization.
Prager says Facebook told them privately it limited their post because someone clicked this button, flagging their videos as hate speech. Then one of Facebook's human content monitors agreed and censored it. So who are these censors? Well, the social media companies say, we try to be politically balanced when we pick them. Facebook chose the Weekly Standard to be a fact checker. And Facebook censors did temporarily ban the artist who posted this painting of a nude Donald Trump with a tiny penis. But censorship does seem to happen more often to people on the right. And that's not surprising because the people who work for social media companies tend to lean left. Twitter's CEO admits that.
We need to constantly show that we are not adding our own bias, which I fully admit is more left-leaning.
We are the InfoWar.
People on the far right have been totally banned.
Child molesting, communist-loving, God-hating New World Order.
Alex Jones was banned by every major social network. Milo Yiannopoulos was banned by Twitter.
And the left is laughing at you.
Of course, Facebook, Twitter, and the others can legally censor whomever they want. They're private companies. Jones and Yiannopoulos say hateful things. But should they be censored? Open debate keeps societies healthy. I'll defend your right to say ugly things, even if I hate what you say. And I cringe at some comments made by comic and activist Gavin McInnes.
Mexico sucks because of Mexicans.
McInnes co-founded Vice magazine. Now he's a Trump supporter saying provocative things on CRTV.
You've been dating her for 5 years. Her ovaries are drying up. Put a ring on it.
McInnes has been banned by Twitter too.
There is an absolute all-out war on conservative free speech.
I haven't seen enough data to convince me that the media companies actively ban conservatives. But Twitter did notify McInnes that he was banned specifically for...
Specifically for nothing.
It was blank. They didn't give any reason. So we asked Twitter, and they said he was banned for violating our policy prohibiting violent extremist groups. Now, McInnes did create a group called the Proud Boys.
According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, it's a hate group.
It's a multi-racial group.
McInnes says the Proud Boys are just a men's group.
The only prerequisite is that you're a dude, born a dude, and you accept the West is the best.
Chaos in Charlottesville.
But what got the Proud Boys and McInnes banned is that some people calling themselves Proud Boys joined the Charlottesville protest.
Thousands clash in the streets.
McInnes opposed the Charlottesville racism.
I don't want nothing to do with this, and those guys are nuts.
He then kicked out anyone he thought was racist. Should he be banned for what a few Proud Boys did? Maybe Twitter banned him for other things he did. After the group that calls itself Antifa for anti-fascist harassed McInnes and others outside one of his speeches, McInnes said,
I cannot recommend violence enough. It is a really effective way to solve problems.
How does that not violate the social media companies' guidelines?
I'm not condoning violence, but I am condoning justified violence in self-defense.
Last year, McInnes fought an Antifa activist.
I had to make it clear to a mob of 500 that I wasn't going to be I wasn't tolerating any transgressions.
Keep walking!
This month, outside a McInnes speech, Proud Boys and Antifa protesters confronted each other.
A violent clash outside the Metropolitan Republican Club.
Police tried to keep the groups separate, but the Antifa protesters circled the block to confront the Proud Boys. But in this case, it was the Proud Boys who were the most violent. Should we blame this on McInnes? Where is the line? Some would ban McInnes from social media simply because of what he writes. Like this article saying that while leftists do comedy mocking American hillbillies as yokels, that stereotype better fits the Muslim world. I see why people call you a racist. Muslim world is filled with shoeless, toothless, inbred, hill-dwelling, rifle-toting, sodomy-prone men ready to kill.
I'm funny. That quote is...
It's hateful.
No, it's hyperbolic. It's colorful.
Your tone is so mean.
Yes, so? What's the matter with a rude tone? I think speech should be widely colorful. Some people like it spicy. You don't have to have Tabasco sauce. I'm Tabasco sauce.
I think the social media bosses would say, if they were to be honest, well, McInnes, we just don't want him on our platform because he's not bringing us together. He's mocking people. He's pushing us apart.
That's a valid point.
So we don't want to carry you.
Why didn't they say that then? That's a reason. But that means that your social media platform promotes a homogeneity of ideas where everyone is gray and thinks the same, and no one is malicious, no one is rude, no one is crude. What kind of a media platform is that? That's Stalinism, that's communism, it's un-American.
I don't like some things McInnes says, but he does make me think. I'm more upset that some people in Silicon Valley in secret determine which ideas are allowed on my social media feed. The best answer to speech we don't like is more speech.